Hello once again and welcome to Astrology. This is your continuing tarot series, but join me for your Patra readings, your birth charts or Kundali. Visit zedamastrology.com or send me a line at zeta55@outlook.com. Okay, Earth Trine, we come to your analysis and reading for June 12th to 25th on Astrology. And the first card here, which tells us about your situation or the goal or the question that you want to answer for the period of 12th to the 25th of June, is Judgment. And Judgment is about self-evaluation, awakening of your desires for you to start to do something, renewal, snap judgments, forgiveness, decisiveness, but also apportioning blame. And the Judgment card brings a clarity of judgment and positive decisions that have been made or will be made. And this is your situation for this period. You are now clearly able to view yourself as others see you. But it is time for self-judgment, and you must ask whether you are being too easy or too hard on yourself. Remember, none of us are perfect, We all make mistakes, and we all feel that we are under a microscope at all times, that everybody is looking at what we say and what we do, and our actions are analyzed and dissected at every moment. This may be unwelcome attention or the result of you entering some kind of competitive arena, where there is possible work or appraisals or assessment. But the Judgment card also speaks about courts and judges and juries. So you may be waiting on an outcome or a judgment in a case. And once it's upright like this, it's generally in your favor. Once you have told the truth and the whole truth. Because this is judgment. And judgment can see all. There is no hiding from it. There is no covering up anything. Because the truth will always come forth. Just like the sun and the moon, you cannot hide them. So therefore it is a time for owning up and confessing if you have done something wrong, and you will gain respect from doing this. That is your action. So are you judging yourself? Are you judging others? This is the period where you will probably be very analytical and very judgmental through words and deeds on yourself and on others. And the heart of the situation, the influence where your hopes and fears come from, my goodness, it's the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is getting to the heart of the matter. Probably there's some kind of three-way issue that is impacting you on your hopes and desires. You have challenges. There's a communication breakdown, gross misunderstandings, arguments, angry words. There's a painful growth and hard lesson to be learned in this period, which will influence. So hard lessons will be coming your way. Misunderstandings, person saying hurtful words. You may probably have secrets being revealed where you are getting to the heart of the matter. All of these things are going to influence you in your judgment and how you judge yourself and others. And this card, this heartbreak card, also brings you indecision, fear and physical stress. And creative energies are at work, however, when this card appears. Typically a frustrating situation has occurred for a period of time, but you have to be careful with your words during this period. It might indicate troubling news. You are in a self-destructive pattern and feeling a sense of disappointment and heartbreak. So that the influence here is all about how you're feeling, how you're frustrated, your disappointment, your conflict, a misunderstanding, a three-way situation that is not helping you at all. So you have to work towards freeing yourself of dependencies and bad habits, recognizing that your plans bring painful experiences and bitter disappointments. And the Suit of Swords here deals with communication, so that there might be vicious arguments or conflicts between three or more people, a falling out between friends, hurtful words from pent-up feelings and anger may leave you regretting what you said, or you may be on the receiving end of insults and stupid remarks. You know, there is bound to be some kind of highly charged, stormy atmosphere, and all involved will be tense and easily provoked. You know, the Three of Swords can also suggest malicious rumors of a group or gossip about you that is hurtful to you. But what is the character that you are going to have here now? It comes from the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is the home stretch. You know, you're nearly there, and you need to just persevere a little more. Keep your head down, give that one final push, because success is almost yours. The end is in sight. So while these rumors and gossips might bring you heartbreak and hateful words, and you might want to judge people, you know, as their words and deeds, you know, you need to build on your character that tells you have done the hard work, you are on the right path. Yes, some things have been lost along the way. You can't see properly right now because you are overburdened. You know, there is overload in your system, so that you are under immense pressure and you're finding life a huge struggle, or you may be extremely busy at the moment that you don't have time to catch your breath and take stock to be judgmental. So, but your character is that you are on the road to success. You're nearly there. Hang in there. You know, you seem to have a lot to deal with, and you're under considerable stress. A lot is being asked of you at present, or even you are asking a lot of yourself. You know, life certainly feels like an uphill battle right now, making it hard to get ahead or make any kind of progress. You know, you may be collapsing or feeling burdened under a ton of tasks or projects that just have to be completed. You know, you have deadlines that you feel you cannot meet, and that they have been ongoing for a long time and never seem to have an end to it, you know, but they cause a lot of work too. But you are on the road to success. Yes, you have some troubles at this point in time. You have heartbreak, you have pain, there's gossip, there's malicious rumors, but hanging there. Hang in there. The Ten of Wands is leading you to the road of success. And then the timing here comes from the Five of Cups. And Cups is usually months, you know, where it's telling you all is not lost, but it is simply time to move on and direct your energies elsewhere. You have confused emotions that show you that cups are spilt, but don't dwell on those that are spilt already. There are still things that are outstanding. Don't be upset over a loss or a disappointment. You know, you have experienced loss, but you have strong support system that remains even in yourself or those around you, because they are still cups standing. You are holding them. You have it in your hands. Nobody is taking it from you. So you are in control of how people's words affect you, how their actions affect you, because you have those cups that are not spilled in your hand. You are holding them upright. Lift your head and look at them. Don't focus on those three cups that are spilled or the disappointment from the past, because the support is there. You know, there's a river in the image that suggests the troubled emotions that are making you feel lost and distant. You are cutting yourself off from the joy and love associated with home, with family, with relationship, with your loved ones, you know. But keep your focus, steady on. Yes, you're overburdened, yes, you're overloaded, but keep your steps on the right path. Keep your steps on the straight and narrow. While you feel a deep sense of regret and disappointment, and cups is usually regarding a relationship, because cups are hearts and that's emotions. But maybe this is just a time for separation from something or someone you really wanted in your life, because they're bringing you regret and disappointment. And that timing is in months. Within months' time, you will understand this. You will understand what is happening and who or what you have to move on or away from. And the outcome of this reading for you, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, is the Ten of Swords, whereas the death of a situation, the death of something that can bring chances of a new beginning. You know, there's a transition, but it's going to have a major impact on you. Whomever you have to leave or whatever you have to leave from the Five of Cups is going to have you feeling like you're mentally and physically collapsing. You know, the breakdown, you're exhausted, you are physically and mentally stressed, you don't think you could go on again, you know, but the resolution is there with the Ten of Swords. You know, yes, you feel people have been stabbing you in the back, you may have been trying to cope for some time, but it has spiraled out of control. But let us not only look at this Ten of Swords as disaster and gloom. You know, you may have feel that you have fallen into a black hole and you do not know or don't have the energy to get out of it or to move forward, but it brings hope, you know, because out of the light of darkness and misery there is something to look forward to. It speaks to now having an opportunity to sort yourself out. It may not have been obvious to you or others before because you were coping with the overload of the Ten of Wands, but you have time to rest now. You know, the wolves are at your feet and at your back, but you are coping because the Ten of Wands and the Five of Cups there, it's giving you hope. The Judgment card is upright, it's going to be in your favor. So you can collapse now in peace as the struggle is over. Just let it happen now, for this is something that has been coming for a long time. And you know, when you need to let go of something is because it's not doing well for you. Because if what you have now or what you feel now or who is around you now is bringing you unhappiness and hurt and regret and disappointment, then that's not good for you. Do you want to feel hurt and disappointed all the time? Do you want to feel regretful? Do you want to expect good things from people who only want to bring you bad? You know yourself. Judge yourself with the Judgment card. This is the situation. You need to judge yourself for you to move away from these stressful situations, this overload, this emotional disappointment or regret, and you know, kind of dilute that heartbreak coming from the Three of Swords. So Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, judge yourself. Don't let anybody judge you. This seems to be the message for this period, June 12th to the 25th. Okay, Bhagwan has blessed me once again to bring this video to you for Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, and I ask that you share, sign up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, to my blogs at ZeeDamAstrology.com. Drop me a line if you have any questions or queries. And you know, with these videos I usually end here with my farewell to you and a hope to see you next time. I always want you to be happy, healthy and renewed for any period of time, but I have left from today on my videos a final slide which is a tutorial on my trine concept, which I am using in Vedic astrology and tarot readings for you at ZeeDam Astrology. It is a different concept, it is a way that I feel comfortable with, and I ask that you look at the slide, you learn something from me. If you are interested, it's right after this slide, and I hope that I see you again. Hope that you stay safe, happy and healthy. Take care and goodbye. Okay, this is your tutorial. As I mentioned to you in this video that I'm going to leave a tutorial so that you can see why I have formulated the trine concept to read horoscopes at ZeeDam Astrology rather than read individual signs from Aries to Pisces for you. And I've found in my research and in my reading and from my teachings that there are commonalities between the tarot and the Kundali, which is your birth chart in Vedic astrology. So that these are the commonalities that have aligned together, that have created a method that will utilize the tarot and Vedic astrology to read and analyze for you in the trine concept. And this is a Kundali or birth chart taken randomly on somebody born on April 21st, 2022 at 6 a.m. And this person's birth chart or natal placements are here for you to see that these are the placement. This is the fate of this person. This is the ascendant or lagna, as we say in Vedic astrology, where we say this is the first house of the 12 houses in the zodiac sign. So wherever the ascendant or lagna falls is where we denote in Vedic astrology your first house. And in this particular chart, we go clockwise from Aries to Pisces, so that we'll know where your first to 12th house falls. So your first house is Aries, your 12th house will be Jupiter. And each house in Vedic astrology denotes something. It denotes your wealth, your family, your siblings, your relatives, your children, your marriage, your father, your mother, your work, your career, your community, your luck, your spirituality, your illnesses, whether it's chronic or routine, you know, how you will earn your money, how you will lose your money, a multiplicity of things. And each of these houses has its significations that we read for you in Vedic astrology. So this is your natal chart. This is your fate. You cannot change the positioning of these planets in your Kundali, because this is the placement of the planets when you were born, the time you were born, and the place you were born. However, you cannot change fate, but you can change destiny. And destiny comes from the transit of the planets, because each of these planets, they move from one sign to the next during particular periods, and you can change your destiny through your freedom of expression and will, through your ambition, through your courage, so that you can change destiny. You can't change fate. And the transit of planets will give you a chance to change your destiny. And transits, planets move, as we see here, Saturn every 2.5 years, and so on and so forth. This is how planets move from one sign to the next. Neptune takes 14 years to move from one sign to the next. Mercury takes 1 month. Sun takes 1 month. And you will see these are the 12 planets that I deal with at Zidam Astrology, so that they are the ones that I look at and how they move. And every placement of a planet in a particular sign says something, does something, has an aspect on your natal planet, and it throws out potential or a pathway for you to understand what can be happening. You know, it is the natal chart is a map of what the sky was like on the day, for us to know ourselves and to better understand the types of energy we have available for each moment and situation in life. And because of the transits where destiny can be changed, we can say that this placement is not decisive, but it shows options and it marks pathways in which we can utilize to make choices during our lifetime. And then we have the source code of astrology, and that FEAW is basically fire, earth, air, and water. Those are the trines that I look at, and the 4 elements are the source code of astrology, and they are the blueprint of your soul. You know, you become the architect of your destiny by using this blueprint of our soul. And the blueprint of our soul, one of the trines that I use, because it's the foundation, you know, one of the trines that I use is the Dharma Trikona. And the Dharma trine tells you that, you know, this is the trine that keeps us on the soul's mission, the accumulated merit and the manifestation of past karma. And this 159 denotes the houses 1, 5, and 9. And as you see, we have fire, earth, air, and water trines. So this is the source code of astrology. And tradition holds that religious duty, or dharma, is the primary aim of human life, since it is the foundation which you develop your wisdom and your discretion to pursue wealth, which is artha, which is another trine, happiness, karma, which is a third trine, and we pursue these wealth and happiness from the wisdom we get from dharma, so that we will not compromise our chances of liberation, which is moksha, which is the fourth trine. But I use the first trine because it is the foundation, it is the primary aim of your birth on this earth. And Hinduism describes the Dharma trine as the natural universal laws whose observance enables us to be contented and happy and to save ourselves from degradation and suffering. So that Dharma is the moral law combined with spiritual discipline that guides our life, and this is what the Dharma trine is. And I'm just going to pull up another version of the zodiac circle, the 12 signs, and I'll just give you an example so that this random Kundali or birth chart gives you Aries as the ascendant, and with Aries as the ascendant, that will be the first house. The first house will be Aries, the fifth house will be Leo, and the ninth house will be Sagittarius, and this is the trine. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is the fire trine. And with the fire trine, even if your first bhava is Leo, then Leo will be your first house, Sagittarius will be your fifth, and Aries will be your ninth. You will still remain in that trine if your ascendant moves from Aries to Leo or Sagittarius. And remember, your ascendant moves every 2.5 hours every day from one zodiac sign to the next in Vedic astrology. And then we have the Earth Trine, and the Earth Trine can begin with Taurus, and if it begins with Taurus, then you would have as your fifth house, you will have Virgo. As your ninth house, you will have Capricorn, and this is your Earth Trine. Then your Air Trine will be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. That is your Air Trine. And obviously your Water Trine will then be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, so that all your signs are taken care of there, as you see. So these are the trines. And why I do the horoscope in trines is because Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, when one is activated, each of these are activated because they are in a trine. They are in a dharma trine, a dharma, where your duty, where your vision, where your wisdom are all created for you to understand that first house is you are born, then fifth house is your children, and the ninth house is your father. So you get the circle of evolution. Your father produces you with your mother. Your mother helps you throughout your life. When you are an adult, then you produce children. And that is where you get the circle of evolution, so that the Dharma trine here is what connects each of these three signs in the zodiac. And then we have the tarot deck, and the tarot deck as we know it has wands, pentacles, swords, and cups. And you will see that the wands is with fire, the pentacles is earth, and swords are air, and cups are water. So that here now we have the commonality between the tarot deck and the zodiac astrology, the source code of astrology. So that this is what I find with the commonalities. There are so many other things that I can speak about, but this is the basic. This is the basic. And if we have to talk about a tarot spread, that my go-to tarot spread is the Tetractys. And the Tetractys tarot spread comes from that Greek philosopher Pythagoras, who threw out for us the Pythagoras theorem. And he can be viewed as a Vedic Brahmin, because three of the things he did or believed in was that he wore white exclusively, he was a vegetarian, and he believed in reincarnation. And his theorem existed in the Sanskrit text in India. So that, you know, there we have the commonality again. And then even so, the tarot deck, the fire is clubs, pentacles is diamonds, swords is aligned to spades, and cups is aligned to hearts. So this is where we get the commonalities. This is where I can utilize a union of tarot and Vedic astrology to bring you a complex issue, but a different take on reading your birth chart, because you cannot live by yourself. You weren't born by yourself, and you can't grow up by yourself. There is a community, and that community brings the trine, so that you feel comfortable if you are in the fire trine with people from Leo and Sagittarius if you were born in Aries. Likewise, it goes so for the other trines. So this is my research, this is my method that I use, and I hope I was clear, complete, and concise. I ask that you share, sign up and subscribe, review my videos, look at my transit series, and I will join you next time. Thank you so much.